Michael, can you just talk about that last sequence and what exactly happened there?
Yeah, we could have gone without that. You know, we played a really clean given, but you know, we got a ball cleared. We weren't good enough with the second ball, and they won it back and put in a dangerous cross. And we did well to win the header, but unfortunately went out for a corner kick. And then, you know, it's a little chaotic in the box. There's 18 guys in there, and you know, they got ahead to it, but you know, fortunately Alec was in a perfect spot and held on to it. So you know, a big relief to close out the game.
Talk about what you saw out of Anton Walkes.
Yeah, I thought he had a very solid game. A tough spot for him. You know, I don't know how. So, you know, his first start, you know, at right back, I thought he did really well because I haven't seen him play there or haven't seen him train there. So, you know, a difficult ask for him, especially against a guy like Gat, who's very explosive, very fast. But I thought he did a good job of getting forward. I thought he was calm on the ball, and you know, defensively he did his work. So, a very strong performance from him.
After how gratifying is it to get a clean sheet tonight heading into the second half of the season?
Yeah, the clean sheet was a big step for us. You know, it's been a while since we've had one, and we feel like you know, some games we've been good enough to get a clean sheet and it hasn't happened for whatever reason, and other games we have rightfully, you know, given up goals and you know, made some mistakes. So to come out here in front of our home fans and in a tough game where Colorado made it very difficult for us offensively, you know, we knew that we had to be tight in the back. We knew that it was probably going to be a one-goal game. We said that at halftime. You know, we gave up one big chance in the first half that Alec made a huge save on, and then the scrum there at the end. But other than that, I thought it was pretty clean. You know, it's a huge boost of confidence, you know, especially at this point in the season.
Michael, do you think today was more the game of the heart? I mean, it was a really hot day. You had like the breaks, and you told about how Colorado made it difficult on the defense. Do you think today was more less technical and more the heart?
Yeah, there was definitely some of that into it. You know, these types of games, you really have to stay mentally into it, mentally strong as well. You know, it's easy to think that you know, just because we're controlling the game, that okay, we're eventually score, you know, everything's great, but you know, then all of a sudden they hit you on the counter, or they get a set piece and you turn off. And I thought, you know, everybody did a really good job of staying focused tonight. We knew that it was a big game coming off a loss, being a home game, you know, in a tough stretch for us right now of games in close proximity. So you know, a credit to the guys for staying focused, you know, bringing that energy, and Joseph had a fantastic finish.
Yeah, now talk about what else you talked about at halftime, because it seemed like you were just a little out of sync as a team. Just every chance down, they had a foot. They were able to get a deflection or knock it away, but you looked like you were close a lot. So talk about what you talked about at halftime and changing that around into getting a goal.
Yeah, I think the two big points that he made were just to be patient, you know, not to get frustrated. Also make sure that we keep our shape, not allow them to get something on the counterattack. You know, we talked about upping the tempo. You know, it's tough to come in here and defend for 90 minutes, especially in the heat. We wanted to push the tempo really quickly, try and, you know, disorganize them when we could. Any time that they were able to attack, we wanted to make sure we could, you know, hit them on the counter. You know, I thought we were able to do that. You know, once we got the goal, Miguel had a little more freedom up there, had a couple chances. But, you know, that was the main takeaway, is try and find some good spots when we do, you know, try and get the ball in behind them. But most importantly, stay patient, keep our shape. And, you know, we knew that we would, you know, create enough chances to hopefully get a goal.
Yeah, this is kind of a two-part question on expectations. Now that you're at the halfway point, how has what you've done so far changed or or confirmed your expectations about this team, and also about your expectation about Atlanta and the fan base here?
Yeah, the first part, I think that, I don't know about the other results yet, I haven't seen them, but we had talked before the game that if we won this game, we would put ourselves above the red line and into a playoff spot, and you know, we know that there's a lot of season to play, but we want to get into the mentality of seeing ourselves in that picture, and we want it to be a week-to-week thing now for the rest of the season, that we're above that red line, that you know, everyone sees that Atlanta's in the playoff picture, and we just want to have that mentality throughout the rest of the season. So, you know, it's good that we're at that point right now, and hopefully we can sustain it in the second half of the season. The fan base has been fantastic. I mean, it's really exceeded all of our expectations, you know, as players. You know, we knew that, you know, coming into the season, you heard about the season ticket holders and the numbers, but, you know, it's not just the numbers, it's the atmosphere, it's the passion, it's the singing, the chants. You know, it's an awesome environment to play in front of, and I think it's a big reason behind our win streak here at home.
What's the team's biggest area of strength and biggest need for improvement going into the second half of the season as you try to keep a playoff spot?
You know, our attack speaks for itself with the numbers. You know, Joseph and Miguel are on another level. You know, they're a handful to play against, and you know, I don't envy the defenses that have to play them, especially when Joseph gets back to full strength. You know, I think you saw tonight that he's not at full strength. You know, he's getting there and he's getting closer, and even not at full strength, he was able to create you know, some really good chances and do some things that other guys just can't do. You know, I think that we always need to work on our defense. You know, we want to push numbers forward. We want to be an attacking team, but you know, we talked a little bit before the game and you know, concluding the DC game, that we just need to be stronger. We need to be tougher. We can't give away easy goals. We need to take more pride in it, and you know, that's the whole team. And you know, hopefully, you know, we can build off this shutout and take it from there. But you know, defensively, we definitely want to shore things up.
Michael, you guys are playing every 3 to 4 days now, especially in the high summer heat. How are you holding up physically?
Pretty good. Yeah, it's difficult. The good thing is we don't have to train much. You know, we can just look forward game to game. You know, but you know, this is the time where the team gets tested, that other guys have to pitch in. There's got to be a little bit of a squad rotation. You know, but otherwise you have to get your body ready as quick as possible. You know, guys know how to take care of our bodies. This is the point in the season where you know, you have to get extra rest, you have to take the ice baths, you have to do your due diligence of taking extra time to prepare and take care of your body, because you know, that's what it comes down to. If we're able to perform, you know, we know that, you know, Columbus didn't have a midweek this week. They don't have Open Cup next week. So you know, if we're going to be fresh for them, you know, we have to, not looking past the Open Cup game, but we have to recover quickly. You know, we don't know right now who's going to play in that Open Cup game, but you know, I'm sure there's going to be a handful, if not more, of guys that played tonight. So you know, the recovery starts tonight, and you know, we'll be on top of it.
In the beginning of the season, we noticed that being local was being a bit difficult for you as a team, and now we're noticing that on the road as a visitor, the team is struggling a little bit in defense. What do you think do you need to do different with all the defense when you are playing away?
If I knew exactly, you know, I'd tell the team. You know, but you know, we're not the only team that struggled on the road here. You know, it seems to be a trend right now in MLS, and you know, we definitely started the season off getting better results on the road, but you know, we need to get back to bringing the same amount of energy and passion into our play on the road as we do at home. You know, sometimes the environment isn't always the environment's not like it is here, and we need to rely on ourselves to bring that energy. We need to be not afraid to play our style. We need to commit to it. But also we need to play a little bit safer. We need to shore things up. It's a combination of things. There's no one thing, but I think this team's capable of getting results on the road, and we'll have to if we want to push higher up the table.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
Couple of English questions, and we'll go in Spanish. Get some time for translation here. So we'll start with you.
Hi.
Hi.
Can you talk a little bit about Joseph's goal, and did you really, given he had a few chances all night, did you really expect him to score by the time he did?
Si puedes hablar del gol de Joseph y cómo él tuvo unas ocasiones, si esperabas que ese chance sí iba a marcar.
Bueno, estando siempre Joseph en campo, tenemos la expectativa de que algún gol haga. Y la realidad es que Joseph tiene los tiempos dentro del área que hay pocos delanteros en el mundo que tienen esos tiempos que tiene él.